been a long time, friend.
Teach your kids. Teach your kids, because I'm not the one. I am not.
Have you had a threesome? You know all bisexual people have threesomes. And I was like, what?
I've been in relationships where it's like, you're low-key homophobic. Like, how are you gay and homophobic?
We sleep around a lot and we have commitment issues. We forever going after married people.
What's a jolly bitches? Cause bitches.
So if as a person you need to be red, you will be red. You understand? If you need to be sorted out, you will be sorted out. If you need to catch these hands, you are gonna catch these hands. Hi, my name is KATLEGO or DUDUETSANG. I'm 23. I have a YouTube channel. Please check it out. It's called Venture Cat, and I'm queer.
Hi guys, my name is MOLOI. Full name KATLEGO, and I am 23 years old and I am queer.
I am BASETSANA BAHOLO. A lot of people just call me Base though. And I am a 24-year-old bisexual woman.
Hi guys, I'm Obi and I'm a proud member of the LGBTQI+ community.
Welcome to the Truth Serum and welcome to level 3. You know what it is. You know what it is. For those of you who don't know, my name is Balasa, and yeah, this is the Truth Serum. Welcome if it's your first time, and thank you for coming back if you're coming back. Yeah, as you know, this month is Pride Month, so happy Pride Month. Yeah, oh my gosh, there's so much that's actually been happening this past month, the past few weeks. There's just a lot, and there's like a lot to talk about, but I figured I wanna talk about Pride Month first. I want to share a lot and I want to hear different voices, different stories. I have my Truth Serum ready.
In true Truth Serum style, I have to have my drink.
We're here. We are here. Let's drink. Cheers.
What is your coming out story if you have one? I don't really think that I had a very in-depth coming out story. Basically, there was a girl who liked me, I liked her back, and it was just like, oh, cool. Like, I didn't think too much of it. But before that, I had maybe had crushes on girls. So I think in the moment, like when it was an actual sort of relationship, it just made me, like I was just like, oh, like this is a thing. It wasn't a big realization. I don't necessarily have a coming out story, but if anything, this is probably my coming out story, I think that maybe I've mentioned certain things here and there to a few people, but I've never actually had to come out, I suppose, because of, I just never felt, honestly speaking, I never felt any pressure, or I never felt the need to come out, because I was also attracted to men. I still am.
So I saw queer individuals at school who were proud of being themselves and were so open about it, and they educated me. So I got inspired to come out because I really wanted that for myself. And yeah, man, I actually went to my friends first. I started out by coming out to my friends first, and then I went to my family members and started giving them hints of me being gay, started putting me like in scenarios that I was gay, and yeah, that's how I came out to some people in my life.
My coming out story is very sad. I came out to my parents, I think like a year ago. I came out to my mom specifically. And I mean, long story short, she's still kind of in denial about it. She's hoping that I'm gonna change and, you know, that type of story.
I did come out to my parents. I told them, I sat each one of them down separately. So I think I told my dad first. I told him that I like girls, and yeah, then he asked questions. He was just like, since when? How long have you liked girls? Do you just like girls? So does this mean you're bi? Etc, etc. And I was just like, I don't know what I am. I just know that I like girls.
I didn't really come out because I've always been gay my whole life, really. But I came out to my dad when I was like 19 actually, after high school. I came out to him because he just kept asking, when am I gonna start dating girls and blah blah blah. And I'm like, how do you date girls if you're a girl? Like, my whole family actually has been very, very loving and very kind towards me. They've always been this way though. It's because we grew up in a very colorful family. Excuse me. We grew up in a very colorful family, and you know, queerness is not a new thing. I do have lesbian aunts, I do have gay uncles, so it's not like, oh my god, like we do thing, you know. For me, it's probably genetic, if anything.
What are some of the weirdest questions you have been asked about your sexuality? I need to drink for this one. Hey, we get asked a lot of weird things, eh?
Yo, I've been asked a lot of weird questions, especially from kids, like, why would you walk out of mañana? Meaning, why do you talk like a girl? Why do you walk like a girl? Why? Teach your kids. Teach your kids, because I'm not the one. I am not.
People asked something along the lines of like what role you play in your relationship. I've dated mostly feminine presenting women, and I'm feminine, and people are just like confused. And guys, I like women, like, you know, that's it.
So I can't undress in front of you anymore.
Can I ask you something, but do not take offense? That's when I know that offense is coming, homophobia is coming.
Have you had a threesome? You know all bisexual people have threesomes. And I was like, what? What? Okay, I didn't know that. And I didn't like that, man. My girlfriend got this question once. Someone asked her if she's dating a lesbian. Hey. Yeah, basically someone asked if she's dating a lesbian.
What's a jolly bitches? Cause ke bitches. Also, don't ask me how do we have sex. Like, how many holes does a human body have? Do the math.
If you are in a relationship, how do you resolve conflict? Not in a relationship.
Do you think that people can outgrow being homophobic? Yes.
I think people can do the work. You can learn about the community.
I think so. I don't see a reason why they can't. You know, I feel like you can educate yourself and be more understanding, I guess. I don't know, but I definitely think it's possible.
It's the same thing as asking if somebody can stop being racist. You know, it's like there's people in the world that are born in families that are racist, that are homophobic, that, you know, just have one way of living or one perspective of things. And if you're a child that's being raised in that home, in that kind of a home, what am I saying? In that kind of a home, then, you know, the chances are you're also going to be racist or you're also going to be homophobic. excuse me. But the older you get, the more you start to see certain things and you start to choose for yourself what you believe. And not everybody realizes that, you know, some of the things that their family has taught them are actually not good, or it's not okay to treat certain people a certain way. So not everybody realizes that. So it's like, that's just the thing about people, is that there's no one way a person is going to live. So do I think somebody can grow out of being homophobic? Yes.
What is the most difficult thing about being queer in South Africa? I think it's different. It depends on who you are as a person, it depends on where you are, and it depends on things like whether you're visibly gay. I don't think that I am visibly gay, I am openly gay.
South Africa is still very much traditional, where a man is supposed to marry a woman and vice versa. So anything in between is like, should not be said or brought up, like it's a taboo.
Not really being able to openly be yourself. You know, you always need to hide. You need to hide for your own safety. Never mind just hiding because of what people are going to say, but hide for your own safety. And it's really not cool, man, and it sucks. It sucks.
Things like holding hands and just being close with your loved one, I like doing that, and it's just, you're very hesitant to do that because you don't want to be looked at funny, you don't want to be attacked, you know, don't want people following you home. Like corrective rape is a huge issue.
We keep searching for acceptance from people who are outside of us, you know, and it's, I would say, is the most difficult thing when you haven't accepted yourself but you expect other people to accept who you are for who you are.
South Africa is not as liberal as they say they are, as we say we are. It's not as secular as we think we are. A lot of our principles and values are very much rooted in Christianity. So, you know, people can act like they are accepting of queer people or whatever, but they still have, you know, some reservations.
Do you feel that coming out is a necessary step for everyone that is queer? I personally think that it isn't, but in the society that we are currently in, I see the, not need for it, but I see why it's being done. You know, being queer is something that is out of the ordinary, and as such, when you start dating or when you just like come into being about your sexuality, then I guess we're at a point where you just have to tell your parents about it, and you just have to tell your friends or whatever.
I feel like it is not necessary to come out because some environments are very dangerous for one to come out, and I understand people who don't come out because they're protecting themselves. And I also would like to say, guys, please stop outing people. Let them come out for themselves.
That's none of anybody's business. At the same time, whatever my confusion is, it's none of your business. And I think for a long time I also lived in this weird fairy tale. If ever I'm in like a very serious relationship with another woman and I'm thinking, you know what, I want to introduce you to my family, I'm just going to come and introduce her. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna explain first that, you know, I'm bisexual, if that's what it is. But like, I just never felt like it's something that needs any explaining.
I think, again, it's different for everyone, and I think that you definitely need to accept yourself. You need to deal with whatever issues you might have, whatever homophobia you might have. Sometimes people are very hard on themselves because of all of the internalized homophobia. We grow up in, like, people just are not for the gay community, so you grow up internalizing all of these things, and it's difficult for some people. I've been in relationships where it's like, you're low-key homophobic. Like, how are you gay and homophobic?
Let them know that they won't be Makoti because you are Makoti. They won't be Mkonyana because you are Mkonyana. You know, type of thing. Just let them know, because at this point, it's gonna happen till you're 50, so might as well do it now.
Do you think that the LGBTQ plus community gets away with a lot of things simply because of the fact that they are part of the community, and people are afraid of commenting in case they offend somebody?
Nah, we do not get away with a lot of stuff, and I feel like hetero or cis-het people have always had, I don't know, man, they've always felt this thing. I don't know if it's like a privilege, but they feel like they can just say whatever.
I wouldn't say that people get away with it, you know. If you say something wrong, you should be punished for it, you know, accordingly though. You know, you shouldn't be shamed and just like out in the public, yeah, when I know wrong, you were wrong about this and this and that. But when you said it, you were in private, you know. If you were wrong, do you apologize, you know, and let people know where you were coming from, let people know your side of the story, but don't just utter words that you can't take back.
But I do think that there's quite a few people who do get away with that. But simply because, you know, I think a lot of straight people don't know how to react. I myself don't know how to react sometimes when somebody who is part of the community does something that's like totally left, and I don't agree with it at all. But it's like, you know, the moment you call them out, it's like, oh, you're homophobic, or, you know, stuff like that. So I think differently, you know what I mean? But I also don't think that it's a lot of the community.
What are your thoughts on heterophobia? Do you think it's a real thing, or are straight people just bugging?
Y'all be bagging.
Straight people are just bugging, man.
I just think straight people they like attention. Like, I don't know. They like attention. They really do. They need to relax. What's all of this heterophobia? Anyway, next. But let me not judge other kids, because I don't want to be judged also. You know, so I do apologize. If there are any straight people that do feel that they are hated on, you're not hated on. We love you. I love you.
How well do you know the LGBTQI plus community? Do you know all the flags, the colors? I don't. Me coming out as bisexual it was like a very recent thing, and I had to learn what being bisexual means, and I also had to like study what being lesbian means, trans, and all these things. You know, it's like it's been a very educational process.
Oh, I don't want to be like I know too much, because I really don't. I know the gay flag, which is the overall flag for everyone. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Those are the colors that I know. That's the gay flag. And then I know there's a lesbian flag which has pink and purple and gray, I think. Or
it's red, it's orange, it's pink, it's purple. I know my purple and pink are not that close. Let's just say it's rainbow colored, guys, because wow, I don't remember the colors on the flag, but like, yeah, I know the LGBTQI plus flag when I see one.
What are some of the things you do not agree with in the LGBTQI plus community?
There's this internal hatred that exists within each alphabet of the community, and it's like I know some gay people that don't like lesbians. I know lesbians that don't like trans. I know trans that don't like, and it's like, why? You need to fix what's happening at home first before you go fix what's in the streets, So I feel like that with my community. I really feel that we need to fix us.
There's this thing where lesbians don't date bisexual people because they say that we are on the fence or we don't know, we're confused or whatever. That's not cool. I feel like it's a lot having to fight other people outside of the community. You don't need to also fight people in the community. That's just a lot, man.
There's a whole lot of body shaming and image shaming in the community, and you'll see it when you go out.
What is the biggest stereotype you've heard about the LGBTQI plus community? The biggest stereotype, I don't think I have a biggest stereotype. Oh, promiscuity. Yes. So that gay people are promiscuous and that lesbians move in after the first date. Which I think it's a stereotype, even though it's kind of been true in my case. Like, I've got into pretty serious relationships pretty quickly. I don't think it's true for everyone.
God didn't make Adam and Steve, he made Adam and Eve, and I'm just like, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
We sleep around a lot and we have commitment issues. We're forever going after married people. We make everything about us. And that gay people are rich. This one I really want to believe, because I believe that my homegirls and my homeboys deserve all that money and all of that coin.
What is your favorite queer experience or memory? I'm gonna need to take a few sips before I answer this question. Okay, so my first experience would definitely be, my first memory would be my first, not my first crush actually, but the first girl I ever approached, We were at one of my friends' 21st birthday parties. I think I was still in high school, I was still in high school. We were at the 21st. I kept seeing this girl and I was like, wow. I was like, oh my god, damn. I had never met on a girl. I had been like met on before, so like I was like at the receiving end of these things, but this time like she just was not really paying any attention to me, so I had to make the first move. I don't even know what I said. I just know that at the end I asked for her BBM pin. Yo. Yeah, I asked for her BBM pin. And yeah, that's one of my favorite memories, because I just remember how infatuated I was and how excited I was. I was like, oh my god, she's so pretty. The distinct thing I remember is her eyes. Yeah, and then I found her on Instagram recently and I followed her because
it was the time in my first like real relationship. We were in Cape Town in Arbs, like there was like a street parade or something going on, and there was just music playing, and we just danced freely and openly together, and it felt like, those worries about like who's watching and who, like, is this right or wrong, or like what are people thinking, am I safe? All of those things which just went out the window in that moment, and it was beautiful. And every moment when you can just be truly and freely yourself, I feel like those are the most beautiful moments, because it's not always the case that you can do that in public. You can do it in the safety of your own home, behind closed doors, off camera, you know, all of those things. But like when you can be truly and freely yourself, no matter what, those are the beautiful moments.
Having the opportunity to go to Pride and seeing other queer individuals, and the moment that I remember is last year when I went to Pride with my boyfriend and friends. So I was showcasing my love in public and there was no judgment there. So I was really happy.
Pride. Joburg Pride. Joburg Pride is the best queer experience I've ever had. You know, there's something almost liberating about being in a space where you can be yourself, like be completely who you are, not receive any judgment, you know, nobody's staring at you. You can hold your girlfriend's hand, you guys can kiss, you can be free, you can be in that moment. And you know, you can just, whilst also protesting at the same time. So that's, yeah man, Pride is a great experience. I recommend all queer people to go to Pride.
This one kid from my hood, Hammanskraal, that's where I'm originally from, came to me and asked me for help on coming out to his family because he had been struggling with this. And when I went and spoke to them on his behalf, they were very understanding, and then it like clicked, like sometimes people just want to be educated. It's not that they're judging you, they just don't know where you're coming from, they don't understand who you are. So sometimes you just need to put people in your shoes, you know, so that they know how it feels to wear a size 6 you know, stilettos, you know, because some people have never walked in heels before. So just giving people that experience verbally, it just makes things that much better. And it's wild, man, it's so wild, especially when they like hugged him and it was like the cutest thing. They had like a whole coming out party for him. That was really cute, honestly. That was my top tier moments. So yeah, that would be my experience of a lifetime.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed every single second of this. And to everybody that participated in this, thank you so much, guys. I really, 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 really appreciate it. And I hope we're gonna do this again soon. So don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe if you are not subscribed. So subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. If you have your own queer experience, please share it in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm feeling nuts.